Here we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Jazz Organzo here. Another episode of What's Next. Happy Monday. All right. Kyle Rittenhouse. The trial, the tribulations, and of course the drama of it all. We have seen the good, the bad, and the truly moments of this trial. We have seen the wonderful, stellar prosecution witnesses and testimony that have just been magnificent. We have seen Kyle Rittenhouse testify, which is unheard of in a murder trial, and he broke down, but never lost his nerve, and of course he was completely focused. Now it's in the defense's hands, and also the judge's hands. The judge can go one or two ways, and we should probably know something either today, tomorrow, or by Wednesday, whether he is going to completely dismiss this case, dismiss Kyle Rittenhouse of all charges, and of course, which means double jeopardy. He will never be trialed on these charges again, or he could allow it to go to the jury, and eventually he will be acquitted because of the overwhelming video and testimony evidence in his favor. But we're not here to talk about so much of the trial. We're here to talk about two people. Compare and contrast. One sees it as a civic-minded patriot. The other sees him as a murderer. You be the judge. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Billionaire Bill Ackman calls Kyle Rittenhouse a civic-minded patriot. Activist inventor Bill Ackman on Thursday appeared to defend Kyle Rittenhouse and describe the young man as a civic-minded patriot. Last night, Neri and I watched several hours of the Kyle Rittenhouse direct testimony and cross-examination. We came away believing that Kyle was telling the truth and that he acted in self-defense. He posted, we found him to be a civic-minded patriot with a history of helping his community as an EMT fireman in training, in his removing hate graffiti earlier that day at a local school, and ultimately volunteering to protect a business during the night of August 25th in Kenosha, which is all on video. Let's see here. He explained that his first impressions of Rittenhouse were materially different from those that we had previously formed based on media reports and opinion pieces that we had consumed. Of course, our first-hand impression of Kyle was materially different from what we've seen. I've always been frustrated to read an inaccurate press report about our subject I would know well, yet somehow I continue to believe other articles in the same newspaper and subjects I know less well. Media and political bias are dividing our country, destroying lives. While we have not heard the entire trial, based on our assessment of Kyle on the stand, we believe he will be found innocent of all charges. Facts, and it will be true. Let's see here. Rittenhouse, the 18-year-old on trial for murder in Kenosha in Wisconsin amid the Black Lives Matter riots of August 25th of 2020, took to stand in his own defense last week during the ongoing trial. It is rare for defendants to take to stand in their own defense because of the risk that they might be led into damaging testimony, of course, leading the witness, by the tactics of the prosecution. It is unknown at the start of the day whether he would do so. However, after the defense presented other witnesses, Rittenhouse took the stand, and he had done so with the advice of counsel. The prosecution had rested his case earlier in the week after laying out the basic elements of the crime in which Rittenhouse is accused of. On cross-exam, however, several prosecution witnesses admitted that Rittenhouse had only fired his rifle after being pursued. One victim, Gage Grotzkertz, admitted that he had pointed his gun at Rittenhouse before Rittenhouse popped him. In subsequent posts on Thursday, Ackman said Kyle Rittenhouse's life is at risk. His life is at risk. Justice demands a fair trial. Society would benefit greatly if politics did not enter the courtroom and convict innocent people. Justice demands a fair trial. Society would benefit greatly, if politics did not enter the courtroom and convict innocent people, he concluded. Now, we're going to jump from that to this. This also comes out of Breitbart. Gasland director Josh Fox, triggered by Kyle Rittenhouse's face, says teen murdered my brothers. I could stop it right there. You pretty much get the gist, but let's go on. Left-wing documentary director Josh Fox pleaded with Twitter users on Friday to stop showing Kyle Rittenhouse's face because in his view, the Illinois teenager murdered my brothers. Fox, who directed the debunked and embarrassing anti-fracking documentary Gasland, eventually downgraded to a contributor for the Young Turks. That's bad. When you get downgraded on Young Turks with those chumps, then you know you fucked up. Immediately saw his content politicized and backfire with a wave of pro-Rittenhouse memes in his replies. The filmmaker insisted that he needed everyone to start posting warnings in posts containing images of the teenager standing trial in Wisconsin. Fox is so triggered by the images. Yes, just by his image. Ugh. That says a lot about the person. Images of Rittenhouse that he is demanding that other Twitter users stop posting them. Quote, I need you to all start posting warnings on any post with Kyle Rittenhouse's face on it. He wrote, the man murdered my brothers. I don't want to see his face. Stop posting, please. Fox's plea for fewer Rittenhouse photos backfired spectacularly. At the time of his writing, he had been extensively ratioed, a term in which post on Twitter has significantly more replies than likes, indicating powerful backlash with over 1,000 replies, directed response, and quote retweets, and only 37 likes. Yikes. His detractors have posted endless memes of Rittenhouse's likes looking smug, heroic, or happy. One comment reply has a gift of Rittenhouse straightening his tie during a trial. Others attacked the propagandist for his brother's comment, pointing out that Joseph Rosema, one of the men Rittenhouse killed, was charged with sexually molesting 5 minors before pleading down to fewer charges. Yes, talk about a pillar of the community. Good riddance. The day before his humiliation, Fox declared Rittenhouse, quote, killed innocents, that he was guilty of terrorism, and America is on trial with him. Rittenhouse was arrested for shooting 3 men, 2 fatally, during a 2020 Black Lives Matter in Kenosha, Wisconsin. His murder trial is heading towards the closing arguments this week. A major movement testimony came with Gage Grosskreutz, the Antifa thug who shot Rittenhouse, who pointed the gun at Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse wounded him. He admitted on the cross-exam he was not shot until he pointed the pistola. Oh my. My thoughts. Compare and contrast. You have a billionaire activist in Bill Ackman who you don't get to become a billionaire by accident. You don't trip over $1 billion. You actually work for it. You bust your ass for it. You build contacts for it. You build your business because of it. So his words carry a lot of weight versus someone like a bad documentary director who is a known leftist, basically calling the 3 that Kyle Rittenhouse shot at his brothers. Compare his act of terrorism and said that America is on trial with him. Yeah. So you have one man who actually watched the trial intensively and gave you his honest opinion regarding it, basically saying keep politics out of court trials, which I agree wholeheartedly, but unfortunately OJ killed all that, literally and figuratively. And then you have some asswipe leftist clown who basically got ratioed and got destroyed on Twitter after his stupid ass comments. But that's just me. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Bargonzo. This is what's next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share, subscribe to it. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.